irrepressible 66-year-old Lewis Alden Chamberlain barely slept a wink on Wednesday, October 3rd, 1900. It was the eve of the first Puyallup Valley Fair, which he'd been tirelessly promoting for months. All his efforts were on the line. Universally known as Dad, the Buckley farmer must have knocked on hundreds of doors throughout the valley, drumming up support for his dream of a harvest festival featuring regional agriculture and industry. Chamberlain wouldn't take no for an answer, suggested Puyallup grocer Ned Rogers. He called on me 6 times, said Rogers, according to a longtime fair official in a 1948 newspaper story. I finally gave him $1 to get rid of him. At the turn of the century, Northwest cities boomed. Tacoma was a thriving lumber town of 37,000, and Seattle, where in Chamberlain's words, miners were exchanging gold dust for Mackinaws, had expanded to 80,000 people. Puyallup Valley farming communities, with a population of 3,500, supplied Western Washington with agricultural bounty, but received scant recognition. Dad and his Valley Fair Association hoped perceptions would change with their 3-day fair. Opening day dawned crisp and clear. But the 2-acre fairground, originally donated by pioneer Ezra Meeker, was still nearly empty. Chamberlain paced the streets of Puyallup, sweating bullets. By late morning, a caravan of exhibitioners finally arrived. Dad was so overjoyed that he shed a good many tears, reported fellow fair official W.H. Paul Hamus. Wagon loads of produce arrived, along with prize farm animals. Twins Bill and Ronnie Nix gave children merry-go-round rides on their tame dehorned bull. Several borrowed horses raced around a makeshift track, and the first of many Best Baby contests was held, although no blue ribbons were awarded. The Tacoma Ledger proclaimed the fair a veritable Garden of Eden, in which the Puyallup Valley blushingly made her debut in the exposition world. Turnout far exceeded expectations, drawing 3,000 people from across the region. The fair's shoestring operation had netted $583 after bills were paid. Dad predicted a bright future. In 30 years, Chamberlain said, we will have a grandstand, a racetrack, and a cow barn, plus other improvements. After 124 years, the 20-day annual September event has surpassed Chamberlain's wildest dreams. Since 2012, the now renamed Washington State Fair has expanded to cover 165 acres featuring hundreds of exhibits. With annual attendance nearing 1 million, it is the Northwest's biggest fair and ranks among the largest in the world. Dad would be mighty proud. In our first then photo, the fairway, circa late 1940s, is seen from a no longer extant building. The wooden trestle roller coaster was installed in 1935, companion to dozens of rides, including Ferris wheels, merry-go-rounds, and vertiginous thrill providers with names such as the Waltzer and the Lindy Loop. In our second then photo, white-bearded fair founder Lewis Alden Dad Chamberlain sits at lower left with officers of the Valley Fair Association in 1900. Association Vice President W.H. Paul Hamus is at lower right. In our third then photo, Bill Nix sits astride a bull brought by his grandfather Ronimus Nix to provide rides to the children at the first fair. In our first now photo, today's fairway is seen from a sky ride cabin originally built for the 1962 Seattle World's Fair and moved to Puyallup in 1980. While the fairway now boasts dozens of rides, its original roller coaster still provides classic thrills and chills. At upper left, vertigo riders swing above the fairgrounds. In our last now photo, patrons' backs press up against the spinning walls of a ride called Zero Gravity while a sky ride cabin passes overhead.